Welcome to OK Motivation Fuel for the Mind, Fire for the Soul. Let's be honest, pain sucks. Whether it's heartbreak, failure, loss, or betrayal, nobody wakes up wishing for a day filled with suffering. But here's the twist, the secret that separates those who break from those who break through. Pain has a hidden resume. It teaches, it molds, and when you learn to embrace it, it transforms. Think about the most resilient, wise, and grounded people you know. I guarantee they've walked through fire and learned how to turn the ashes into insight. If you're ready to learn that skill, subscribe now and join our community. Let us start with a powerful idea from Khalil Gibran. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Pain is disruptive, and that's its job. It shatters our comfortable routines and forces us off autopilot. Most of us coast through life with assumptions and beliefs we've never really questioned. Pain smashes right through that shell. In its aftermath, you're left raw, and that rawness is an invitation for truth to enter. You finally start to see what you were blind to before about yourself, your relationships, and your inner world. For example, think of someone heartbroken after a toxic relationship. In the depths of that pain, they finally start to understand their own self-worth, their patterns of attachment, and why boundaries are so crucial. The pain didn't just hurt them, Gibran also said, out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. This goes even deeper. Pain doesn't just build strength, it forges depth. Suffering gives you a kind of emotional gravity. People who have endured real hardship often carry a quiet power. Their words resonate more, their silence speaks volumes, and their presence just feels steady. They don't flinch at chaos because they've already lived through worse. Think of veterans, trauma survivors, or those who've overcome addiction. They often lead with this profound strength. They're not fearless. They've simply learned how to stand tall even while they're afraid. Their scars aren't signs of damage. They're symbols of survival. This leads us to the poet Rumi, who beautifully said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you. A wound exposes you. It makes you vulnerable, transparent, and while that's painful, that very openness is fertile ground for transformation." When our ego and defenses are stripped away, we're finally receptive to growth, whether that's a spiritual insight, a deeper connection with others, or a burst of radical creativity. Real healing begins the moment we stop hiding the wound and start listening to what it's trying to tell us. Imagine someone recovering from complete burnout. During their recovery, they might discover their true calling, realizing their old job was never aligned with their values. The breakdown opened the door to a breakthrough. So, how do we make this practical? Oprah Winfrey put it perfectly. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Pain itself isn't wisdom, it's just raw experience. But when you reflect on it, process it, and integrate it, it becomes wisdom. This requires awareness. Some people get stuck in a loop, repeating the same painful patterns because they never stop to reflect. Others grow exponentially because they are determined to extract meaning from their struggles. Oprah's words are a challenge. Mine your past 4 lessons. Don't let your pain go to waste. For instance, someone who grew up without emotional support might spend years unlearning emotional suppression. But eventually, they often become the very friend, partner, or therapist who offers others the support they themselves never had. They turned their wound into a source of wisdom and healing for the world. Finally, remember this anonymous but powerful truth. Sometimes the worst things that happen in our lives put us directly on the path to the best things. Life almost never goes according to plan. In the moment, a setback or a loss can feel final, like the end of the road. But this quote reframes it beautifully. Sometimes, the worst detours reveal the best destinations. Pain closes the door on comfort and forces you into movement. And that movement often leads to something far better, even if you can't see it at first. Being rejected from your dream job might feel like a crushing failure, but it could be the very thing that leads you to a different opportunity that aligns even more with your true passion and values. Pain is inevitable, but staying stuck in it is a choice. Let it break you open, not just break you down, whether it's a crack, a scar, or a bruise. See these as proof that you felt, you survived, and you grew. And that, right there, is your power. So the next time life knocks you down, don't just bounce back, bounce forward. Because you weren't just built to heal, you were built to rise. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. See you next time.